G'day viewers, in today's episode we learn the message from intolerant bigots is foreigners have to assimilate, but not too much because I'm easily threatened. Yes, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for Wangafat Wednesday, an acronym that stands for Who Am I Not Giving a Fuck About Today? And today, it's ignorant ultra-right bigots who think they get to declare who's Australian, what's Australian, because these hideous fucking vermin, nothing's good enough for them. This is a thing that literally happened this week. We're getting close to Australia Day, and that always stirs up a bit of controversy with I am one of the people who think January 26th is a stupid fucking day because it's commemorating the beginning of an attempted genocide against the first Australians. There are plenty of other days that you could declare to be a national day, and in fact over the 20th century the day that was Australia Day changed multiple times. In fact, it's only been a consistent national holiday, January 26th, for a couple of decades. So all these fuckers go, you can't change the date. The date changed repeatedly over the last 100 years, you clueless, ignorant prats. It should change to a date that isn't fucking insulting to Indigenous Australians. I have to admit, I'm sidetracking here, but there's a really good album came out last year in Australia, a combo called AB Original. It's two Australian Indigenous rappers, Briggs and Trials, together, doing an album together for the first time. The album's called Reclaim Australia, which is a hilarious piss take, and a big track off it's called January 26th, which is about the opinion, which I share, that Australia Day should not be on January 26th because it's not insensitive, it's insulting and abusive. And there's a great line in it where it's like, oh yeah, we should have another day. What about March 8th and we could do it on your nan's grave? Just pointing out that the celebration of invasion and genocide, not a great thing. There are other things you can celebrate about Australia apart from that. Anywho, that's a side note because we're just coming up to Australia Day. What I really want to talk about, there was a billboard, or there were a series of billboards put up for Australia Day that showed different Australians who'd been photographed on previous Australia Days, and one of them caused a furor with the ultra-right racist shitheads because they had two little Muslim girls wearing hijabs waving Australian flags. And they're like, that's un-Australian. These fucking morons who go on all the time, you gotta be Australian, be proud and wave the flag and be part of Australia Day. Wait! You're not white! Why are you doing Australia Day? That's not right! You can't satisfy these fucking morons! You do exactly what they say, celebrate Australia Day, and they say you're not allowed to do it! And this is why I don't give a fuck about them anymore. Fuck this idea of building a bridge, having a dialogue. These worthless, verminous, racist scum aren't reachable. They say what they want is people to be part of Australia, support Australian custom, celebrate Australia Day, and then when someone who doesn't look like them does it, they lose their fucking shit. They're just fucking scum, okay? One Nation supporters, fucking Reclaim Australia. Fuck every single one of them, okay? Fuck you if you support that. Fuck you if you've ever made a fucking excuse for Pauline Hanson, One Nation, any other of these racist shitbags. I'm fucking done. I've said it a couple times. There's this ridiculous narrative that goes, oh, there's got to be a dialogue. Look, for any even vaguely reasonable person, I will have a dialogue. I will have a discussion. But for the sort of fucking vermin who out one side of their fucking mouth goes, you've got to celebrate Australia Day, and out the other side says, you're not allowed to. Fuck those people. They are fucking garbage. So they sent, because this billboard has the logo of the company that owns the billboard, it was a government initiative, but the company that owns the billboard was getting a bunch of violent threats. So they actually took this particular billboard down. The government said, you know, we don't want threats to this company, blah, 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 blah. And thankfully, decent people stood up and said, I don't want to go along with that. And there was a crowdfunding campaign that said, if we raise $50,000, we can get a billboard back in place. Now, they hit that target in about 7 hours, and they're going on to try and do more, put ads in papers and put billboards in every city. Look, while in principle, I love the idea of sticking a finger in the eye of these racist pieces of shit, I'm not completely sold on this, because I really think the only winners are the advertising companies who get all this money to put these things up. It really does feel like there's lots of better uses of the money. But, just in terms of giving them the old finger, it's not bad. And there is obviously the positive message, the really strong groundswell of people saying, no. That message of you don't belong, we don't agree with that. We actually do want to be inclusive. We don't want to be hypocrites who on one hand say, be part of Australia Day, and on the other hand say, oh, you don't look like me, so you can't be part of it. So it's an interesting story on a bunch of levels, but when it comes down to it, if you think you have the right to declare who is and isn't Australian and who is and isn't allowed to celebrate Australia Day, you're a fucking piece of shit, and I don't give a fuck about you.